Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX setups for today. So I just want to get onto the weekly quickly. As you see, we do have a half-hearted weekly pin bar here. This diagonal is quite important, as is that one. So that is a flag at the moment. We are bouncing off fairly strong weekly support here. And I can actually add another one over there. That's our zone. So that's the zone we're bouncing off. These I'm going to leave this bottom diagonal in. Let's just take this top one out because it is going to just create havoc. Look at the oscillators. They have separated. We've got massive divergence between this swing low and the current swing low. So that is a major signal that is brewing. We do have gaps to the downside, which are still sort of magnets, and we have had two red weeks in a row, which is also a little bit concerning for the bulls. So those are my weekly levels. I think it's important just to have them in at the moment. So when you drop down to the 8 hour, you'll see they will line up with structure on the 8 hour, and basically that pin bar there. This one where we are now would also come into play, but we've already tagged the 15.465. Pretty strong downtrend on the 8 hour, and look at the separation to the downside here. So this is looking like a little flag within the bigger flag. So in other words, we're looking for another leg down by the looks of things. But the minute you start going through to the lower time frames, the picture starts changing. And at the moment, on the 3 hour, we've got a crossover of the moving averages. We are stuck between the moving averages. We've got a trend break here. Okay, so yes, it looks like a flag, but there's also a trend break. So if you draw a line from there to there, there's a break. And if you draw a line from here along there, there's also a break. So that is the last line of defense in my view. And we did get above it, and we came back below it into the close, and then again we are sitting above it at the moment. But the minute you drop down to the 1 hour, you see what I mean. Now we have bullish structure. So you can see a crossover here, pointing to the upside, separated, fairly big gap up, and back above this trend line. Now I'm just going to get rid of the trend line, and we are going to focus pretty much on the structure that we see here. So there's lots of structure here. Every single one of these fractals here are going to offer support and resistance. So at the moment, this is in an uptrend, as it was on Friday. A big move down on the futures market pretty much, but the cash market was sort of closed up here anyway. So for me at the moment, this is still very much a setup for the upside. So 15-minute, you can see it was one-way traffic all the way through the European session, nice and measured, and then America woke up and basically there's a bit of a sell-off there. Now, what I'm looking for is pretty much support of 15.366. That would be ideal for another attempt at this area here at 15.465. Gives me a cup and handle as well. Then a break above 15.465 and support gives us a measured move of pretty much that. Wherever this cup and handle, if that's the bottom, then that's going to be there. So that should be 15.56, 15.50. So we're looking for a bounce of 15.366. First target would be 15.465, and then second target would be up here. So that's kind of my view at the moment. The only thing that's going to get me short at the moment from the hour and the 15-minute is a break and retest of yesterday's low. That's the only thing that's really going to get me short, and then that would probably bring this flag that we see, let's just go to the 8 hour, this flag that we see on the 8 hour here into play. So you'll see that also tie up with the bottom of this pin bar. So break and retest of 15,366. That should give us the break of this 8 hour pin bar, and then that is going to give us probably a move down to this weekly level at 15,050. So that's kind of the view that I've got. And then if you see the measured move that we've got at the moment, look left, you see there's weekly support again at 15,563. So again, drop down to the 15 minute. The bullish outlook is quite clear. Okay. Up to 15,563, which is weekly resistance, massive amounts of weekly resistance. And I'd prefer it off down here, but it may just get above the high today, build a base, and then continue, leaving this gap open for later in the week to close. And then obviously a drop below this level here, 15,366, which is the 8 hour pin bar. It's this section here. Then that gives us a move to the downside. So that's kind of my view at the moment. It's either find support here, then it's long, or if we break this and retest, then it's short. Alternatively, we break and retest 15,465, then it's definitely long, and your target is 15,563 for today. Anyway, very volatile, and that's typical of a rounding bottom. And remember, V reversals are rare. So when you come down to the 3 hour, that's not really a V reversal, is it? It looks like a double bottom setup, engulfing bar, inside bar, and a slightly higher leg there. So anyway, I'm bullish at the moment. It's only if we are getting below the lows of Friday that I start getting bearish for the structure lower down. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.